Injecting marijuana. That would be interesting, actually. Marijuanas. Just injected the marijuanas. Just tap that shit and go. All right. Oh, hey, what's going on? Welcome to Breakface. This is Titty. I'm all by myself. It's my show. Rock this thing. Do whatever the fuck I want. First off, I'd like to thank my sponsors. I'm going to thank AFC Sarah, Alaska Fighting Championship. They moved. They used to be in the Sullivan Arena. They actually moved now. They're in the Alaska Airlines Center. So this new season is going to be crazy. New location. AFC 133 is going to be on September 20th. That's going to be the first show of their season. And the main event is Colin Reuter versus Carlton Minus. Check that shit out. It's going to be amazing. Hopefully I'll get one of those guys on with Sarah either next week or the week after. But I don't know. She's going to bring who she's going to bring, and we're going to interview them, and it's going to be great. I also like to give a shout out to caposbeardoil.com. If you have a beard and you want it to look luscious and pretty, get some of his oil because it is amazing. I don't have a beard, but I use it on this little goatee, and it rocks my socks. Speaking of socks, I'm not alone. I have a friend. This is where we do the intro music. I don't have any guest intro music, so you're just going to walk in and that's fucking it. That's all you get. There you go. I guess I should have done that.
What's up?
Not much, brother. How you been, man? I haven't seen you in a fucking grip.
Yeah, working.
Working. Is that what you call it? Same here. So Jordan's been on here before. You guys all know him. He's a fucking awesome dude. He's in the Army. He's actually fucking abandoning me too. I'm getting abandoned by him as well. Everybody's just leaving old Titty in the lurch. So fuck me, right? Yep. Going to Georgia. For what though?
I'm going to be an Army recruiter. I'm going to lie to high schoolers all day.
Yeah. In preparation for civilian life. So that's awesome. He's not going to get deployed, which I'm sure makes the wife and the kids happy. And I know all your friends and family are probably excited about that too.
Yeah.
You not being gone and worrying about your well-being 24/7.
Alaska's been good though.
Yeah.
Alaska's awesome. I wish we could stay, but this place is way too expensive.
Yeah, we're gonna miss you guys. It's gonna be another heartfelt moment where I can't cry on camera because that shit's not manly.
All right.
Anyway, we're gonna have a good time tonight. We're just gonna talk some shit.
Yeah.
About shit.
Mostly probably about North Korea, because fuck them.
Yeah, fuck North Korea. If you ever watch this podcast in your media controlled environment, fuck you, North Korea. Yeah. So that's what I got. All right, show's over. I'm done.
Yeah. I can show you a trick, by the way, if you want to learn it later.
Okay.
I can show you how to post from North Korea. Like
post from North Korea.
Change your IP physical location to North Korea. So you could post on Facebook like, hey, what's going on? Just hanging out with Kim. You know, he's a good dude. We're not starving at all. We have plenty of
Me, Kim, and Dennis Rodman, we're kicking it.
Yeah. It's actually a parade every day like they show in the media. It's awesome. Nobody's hungry. Nobody needs any cataract surgery or anything to save their life. Nothing like that.
Everybody's super happy to be, no, there's no conscription into their,
we throw roses into the road all day, every day, just loving North Korea.
Oh, the elephant rides. Oh, my God. You know, the state fair's going on right now, and they got the pony rides. Yep. Imagine a fucking elephant ride. That would be amazing.
God, you're high. All right.
I am not.
Anyways.
Tell me it wouldn't be fun to ride a fucking elephant in a circle with other elephants. Come on. That's every American's dream. North Korea has it going on. We don't have fucking elephants walking around in circles, dude.
Oh my God.
All right. So we can post from North Korea.
Yeah, you could be Breakface. Like, hey, it's Breakface from North Korea. Just hunker down in this little bunker.
Just have a picture of Korea back here.
You good. I could try to do it.
Do a green screen.
Oh, yeah, you too easy, dude. And what's Kim Jongun going to say? Nothing.
Probably. Does he say anything anyway? Like in the media, it's always North Korean broadcasting network, whatever it's called. That's all they ever say. They don't say Kim Jong-un said.
It's him with those still like infant big cheeks that he has, where he's just like
he looks like a chibi doll.
Yeah. He just waves, and that's all he does. And he doesn't ever. I've never heard him talk.
Huh. I wonder, does he have a Twitter? Why doesn't he Twitter? Like, can you imagine Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un just Twitter fighting?
He might have a Twitter. Who knows?
But it is. Wait,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Isn't that shit illegal in North Korea?
If not for him, I imagine. Everything. It is legal. It is legal though. You can't do that.
I want to be a dictator. I want to be a dictator. I think that's my new goal in life. Is
We can go to Madagascar.
I just want to go somewhere and I just want to do whatever I want, but nobody else can. That's what I want to do.
I'm pretty much a dictator. I'm in my house. I have all kinds
Well,
of
no,
rules.
that's See, like with your kids can't do shit unless you say so. I want a country that's
Like,
like
you can't have a beer. Only I can have a beer.
Only
You
I
can't
can
have one.
have it.
Maybe a little bit.
I don't care if you're 25. I bought it. It's mine.
I think if you're in America and you're a dictator, you're probably also a kidnapper and or a rapist and murderer. I don't know.
I don't want to be any of those things. That's
Like
kinda,
that dude where all the girls escaped from his house all of a sudden.
Oh, just all of a sudden.
I don't know. I don't remember his name. He had like the 3 girls in his basement for years, and then one day one of them ran out, and they interviewed that guy, and it just happened to be a black dude that found him, and he was hilarious because he was like, "Oh, I knew something was wrong when these girls ran to me because ain't no pretty little white girl running into an old black man's arms."
I remember
Yeah.
that.
So he knew he did something was up, and then they found like the other girls inside. It was a
I
funny.
knew something was wrong because no white girl would run up to a black
It was
man.
the funniest interview ever.
Oh my god, it's crazy. Where is that on YouTube?
Oh yeah, it's all over. the
Oh, we
internet.
gotta look that shit up. So anyway, what else has been going on, man? Nothing. Just
Trying-
working,
Trying to play guitar,
trying to play.
attempting.
That's what I do. For I don't know. I've been playing. I'm air quoting right now for the listeners. Guitar since I was 16, and I can't play a full song. I can't run the fretboard. I can barely do chords.
I don't think anybody that's been playing under 2 years that isn't actively trying to be a professional guitar player can play a full song. They can probably play a lot of intros and maybe a little bit of middle, a bunch of riffs, and then it's like, oh, well, do you know the full song? And it's like,
No,
no.
you can
Why
make
would I-
shit up,
Why would I know the full song?
but then you're totally busted. And you're like, yeah,
It's hard
I
to
can
play-
play the whole song.
It's hard to play the full song, though, because if you don't have a beat and the right beat from the drums, I mean, you could, like, use programs, but it's super hard. Like Boston, I tried playing a Boston song. Well, there's 2 guitar harmony parts going the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
So if you play it by yourself, it's just like, nah. It's like, what the? Because it's all kinds of, like, shit in between.
That's why you got to pick bands where there's only one guitar player.
I'm super salty at all the famous rock players because I'm super mad.
They make it look so effortless.
Yeah.
Poi Poi, he could shred. And he
Shred.
made it look like it was
He's
walking
really
apart.
good.
Yeah.
He's been playing since
Oh God.
in a band since he was probably 17.
Shit, probably even before that.
I
I
mean-
met him when he was like 18 years old and he was in a band. So yeah, he's been playing forever. So have I, but I don't stick with it. I don't practice. I
Yeah,
don't practice at all.
it's hard to find time to practice if you have a full-time job.
Yeah, full-time job, family.
Family is the big one. That's why it's really hard to practice. I don't really have time to practice, and I'm like kind of a perfectionist. So if I like mess up in front of my wife, I'm afraid she's gonna leave me or something. No, I'm just kidding. She wouldn't do that. But
Okay, I can relate to that because I'm a singer and I like to sing, and sometimes you'll be singing and in your mind, you know, oh shit, I totally missed that. And then you
God,
make
Whitney
it obvious when you
Whitney
look at
probably
everyone.
hates
and,
me right
yeah,
now.
when you look at her and go like this, like, you shrug your shoulders, like, I didn't mean to hit that note wrong. And she's jamming out, like she didn't even hear you. So I understand. You're like, oh fuck, I sound like shit.
I can sing
When you sound like an angel, a winged baby angel.
What do they say in Step Brothers whenever he goes up and sings? What does he call him?
Wait, what's he called? What?
What does he call Will Ferrell? Like the voice of an angel.
Oh yeah, the
Rock the shit out of those drums, Dale.
boats and hoes.
I can sing as well, but I can never do that on stage. There's no way.
Yeah, stage fright's a real thing. It's a motherfucker.
I'm still learning how they stand up and play guitar at the same time. I don't know how they do it.
I can play
Practice.
certain things standing up, but they're like anything with fine motor skill. I anything with fine motor skill. Standing up, it's even harder. and I can never find the guitar. I feel like if I were to put the guitar where it was comfortable for me, it would be literally like resting on my chest.
You don't have any more slack to pull out of the
Yeah,
strap.
there's nothing. It's just sitting right here like, hey, I'm a guitar. How are you? And you're playing all fucking weird with your arms up in the air.
Speaking of guitars and rock
and boats and hose.
Hell yeah was in the was at the fair when they played. And
oh my god! I heard some guys talking at work about Vinnie Paul and the lead singer from Mudvayne, and I was like,
I thought it was somebody different. I didn't know that was him. Mm-hmm. I thought that it was that stupid punk band from. You ever seen Blue Mountain State? They have the opener intro. Give me a hell, give me a yeah.
No.
I thought it was that band, and I was like, I'm not going to watch that. That's going to be trash. And then they were like live on Facebook from the fair, and I was like, oh, I messed up.
Yeah, Hell Yeah is a good band, dude.
They're really good.
They jam the.
They opened up. They opened up with like Slayer riffs and stuff like that, just to be cute. That's cool.
Just to be cute.
Cool.
We're gonna play some Slayer because that's cute to do now.
Yeah.
So, you ever gotten into a band? Like, you discover a band. How about that? You discover a band, and you're like, holy shit, these dudes are badass.
Yeah.
And you go out and you get all their music, and you're like, sweet, man. Then you look them up on the internet, and they broke up.
Yeah.
Like in 2014.
Or worse is they're still together. They're still awesome, but you would never know it, but they are only in Europe.
Yeah. Well,
that is super annoying.
This band that I'm talking about is from, like, Sweden or some shit.
What are they called?
Cybreed. Sybreed. Cybreed.
Never heard of them.
It's supposed to be a mix of synthetic and breed, and I don't know. They fucking, to me, they rock out, and fucking, yeah, they don't even make music anymore. I was like, what the fuck?
If Metallica doesn't decide to come back from Europe sometime soon, I'm gonna kill the worst player. I'm gonna kill Lars. And that's just gonna be it.
It's time for you to go, Lars.
Yeah, it's been coming, and that's the punishment. Is you didn't want to come back and play for the Americans, so I'm gonna kill Lars.
Is that what they're doing? They're over in Europe? Are they protesting?
They've been
America?
there forever, man.
Really?
They just keep touring Europe, and but then they'll have like some video come out where like they're in some Guitar Center having a talk show in like downtown like Atlanta or something. It's like, why don't you just play a show?
Yeah, what the fuck? The fans, dude, American fans love Metallica. Why wouldn't you play a show?
Like
you're gonna sell it out. 200,000
fans or something.
That's it.
I don't know. They have a stupid amount of fans every time they play. I've been looking at like this. You heard of the band Artillery? They're not a new band, but they're certainly very, very good. And I was looking up their tour dates, and it was like something Alaska bar and all this, and I was like, whoa, I'm gonna have a BF. I'm gonna freak out because they're coming to Alaska where I'm at. No, there is a bar in Sweden called the Alaska Bar.
Shut up.
And I was pretty bad. I was like, you can't do that. You can't just
Alaska Bar in Sweden.
Look up the band Artillery if you want to look it up.
Okay.
Because it's like on their like tour stuff.
Alaska Bar in Sweden. I definitely want to go to Sweden. I think that'd be fun.
Really?
Well, I want to hit it. Like, I want to go travel Europe, and I think Sweden would be pretty cool.
Europe sucks. But that's just me.
I've never been there, got to get the experience. And I want to smell the shit smell of Paris. I want to
all the rats.
I want to drive through the leaky you could die at any moment channel. I mean,
it's just rats and whores all over Paris from everything you see on the internet. People say, "Oh, it's terrible. Oh, it smells. There's whores and rats." I was like, "Well, damn."
Well, that sounds like the place for me.
Yeah, I'm a raunchy ass dude. I'm ready to go.
Let's do this.
I want to go to
Whores
Amsterdam.
and shit smells. That's what drives me.
I want to go to Amsterdam.
I would love. Yeah, let's go.
I just want to go.
You want to go?
Let's go. Do it right now. All right, see ya.
Break face out. No, Whitney and I. Whitney's my wife for new listeners or anybody that doesn't know. We've been wanting to hit Europe or just basically. I just want to use my fucking passport. Yeah. Never been out of the country. I mean, I will hop across the border to Mexico just to get a fucking stamp or anything. They didn't even stamp it. I don't even know how Mexico works. Something.
Canada's closer, so
I want to get out of the country. Canada though.
That's super boring.
Ugh. You want an A or an A?
You can take a vacation to Whitehorse.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
When we first stopped in there, it was my first experience with the Alaskan sun being up all the time because we drove 12 hours north. So that's a big difference. And like
the sun never went down.
And we pulled up and we're like inside. And they had like the blackout curtains, which we weren't used to. And I'm like, man, what time is it? Can we get some food? And she's like, we already ate. I was like, what? Looked at my clock. It was midnight. The sun was bright in the sky because that's even more north of here is Whitehorse, and all the drunks are out in the street, just having a blast, bumming cigarettes. Fucking.
I bet you they weren't stumbling anywhere because they could fucking see where they're going.
All that vitamin D, man, it keeps them awake.
That's right. We have nothing if not vitamin D.
Yeah.
That's Alaska.
If you have a vitamin D
vitamin
deficiency, move up here. You will get all you want until wintertime, and you'll probably die.
Well, that's why. I think that's why we have so much in the summer, because the winter we get like 4 or 5 hours, and if you have a full-time lame-ass office job, you go to work, it's dark. If you venture out during lunch, you may get some sun, but then you go home and it's dark. So
then you get seasonal affective disorder, and
murder your family. No big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
It happens all the time.
Or you chop people up and throw their bodies out of airplanes, like that one guy.
What one guy?
The serial killer from Alaska, the famous one.
Oh, the Butcher Baker.
Yeah.
He didn't throw them out of planes. He would just, hey, did he throw some bodies out?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He threw body parts out of planes. That's how he spread apart.
Oh, that makes sense.
They're like, oh, here's an arm. And
then their search radius is only so big.
30 miles, what? What's happening?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember the movie with John Cusack, and that's
why he didn't throw him in the ocean. We'll never know. That's what he should have done.
Or sink him in the inlet. Yeah, the fucking Just go out there and start cut them into pieces, and then plant their limbs in the silt.
Yeah.
So
it's not going to come back up.
You just walk out there and there's just hands like, oh, help me, I'm drowning. And the tide goes out and it's just hands.
It won't come back up. It's all that soot.
Yeah, it'll suck you down.
I've almost died at Ship Creek like 4 times just from that stuff.
Did you ever hear the urban legend, I guess, about the guy who went on the flats? I think it was a guy. Anyway, went out on the flats, was out there screwing around, got stuck, and then from struggling, ended up sinking like up past his thighs, up to his waist or whatever. So they suppose, here's the urban legend, is they went out there with a helicopter, wrapped him around, with a sling, and then tried to extract him with the helicopter, and
please don't have to pull him apart.
Pulled him in half.
Oh, it's so cool. Are you serious?
That's the urban legend.
That's cool. But
But if you look it up, and I have before, I don't think that's exactly how it went. The guy, I don't think got ripped in half. He basically succumbed to the pressure. But I'm going to look it up right now. So you better think of something to talk about.
What do you do is like the crew chief of that helicopter. You're just like, all right, man, we got you. Don't worry. And we broke him.
I imagine you would probably say something like, because the recoil would snap the other half of the body straight at you, right? So you're looking down. All right, we got him. Poing. Oh, shit.
You think since it was his top half that came up that they still had an open casket?
They could, feasibly. As long as it didn't hit the rotors. Or
I haven't researched this one and see. Do something really vile, like contact his family or something.
Right. So we got these legs. do you want us to put him like shoes up or shoes down?
Like I thought you ripped him in half. Turns out he was head first in it, so we got the wrong half. That's our bad.
That's the Anchorage Mudflats deaths. Let's see what this says.
Lord. There was a military guy, and this wasn't too long ago. He drove out with his buddy and like two chicks out into Jims Creek. Past it, actually, like north of Jims Creek. And that's all, it's all muskeg. It's all like the Sut once you get closer to the Kinnick Arm.
Oh, yeah. It's silty, that whole...
And they got their Jeep out there, and it just stopped, and they couldn't get out. They're all by themselves, no plan, no nothing, just like way out of the way. Like it wasn't like they like took a wrong turn. Like they planned to go out there because they're stupid. Probably a private. And they like... Why
didn't they, like, I don't know, let's caravan out? Because Jim, that's no joke. Once you get out there and something gets stuck, it ain't coming out.
Most people don't go by themselves, I don't think. They go with other people so they can get pulled out. And like they had to call the... who did they call? They called the National Guard pilots to go out there and like extract them from there. And I want to say that they got his vehicle out because by state law you have to get it out. But he had to pay every expense for every single person to get out there to get that Jeep up and out of Jims Creek.
Oh, my God.
And it was dead. So you can probably imagine.
The bill for that would be absolutely ridiculous because...
There ain't no tow trucks going out there.
Yeah, there's no road system. You're going down trails, and half the time you have to straddle the...
Go through a creek and out of a creek and... Yeah.
I used to go back there. We used to party back at Jims Creek. There's this island back there, and... I used to go back there in a Saturn SL2. Hell yeah.
You're that guy. This is the reason this stuff
Yeah,
happened.
I would never got stuck. Not one fucking time.
Buy a Saturn, guys.
But man, I'm like constantly straddling these deep ass ruts, and then, there'd be like, oh, I can make it through there. No, I'm not. So you have to go around, and then you're like, it would take me like fucking 2 hours to get there. So nobody ever said, hey, Chris, bring the keg. Because I'm going to show up 2 hours late, but the beer won't be flat.
The guy with the lifted Chevy had the keg every time. Yeah.
So that's, Jim Creek is not, Alaska in general, I got to stop hitting the table. Alaska in general is just a dangerous fucking place. And I'm sure you've done outdoor survival stuff up here. If you're not prepared, you're totally fucked.
And we're in the easy part. This is the easy stuff down here. And even in the easy stuff down here in the south of Alaska, where, it gets cold. Last winter, we got down to negative 22, negative 23.
Yeah.
And for Alaskans, it's like, nah, no big deal. But Alaskans down here also live inside. They live in a place with central air. They don't, or central heat, sorry.
I was going to say, if you have central air in Alaska, pussy.
You have central heat. There's nothing, you can drive to your house. That's not a big deal. What a lot of people that even grew up here don't realize is if you go outside for too long, and we're not talking like a long time, we're talking like a little bit of time, away from your house, or your car breaks down and you don't have heat, you can easily die. A matter of
Absolutely.
You break your leg and you fall in the snow at negative 20, it's hours before you're dead. Hours. You could die so easy.
And you're going to be all happy about it because at some point,
fall asleep.
Yeah, you're basically numb, but you feel warm, and you're like, oh, I'm warm and cozy.
I'll wait it out.
I'm just gonna lay here and figure everything
Somewhat
out, and
fine.
then bam,
You did.
you're a fucking popsicle.
You did. One of my team leaders that used to work for me went up to Black Rapids, which is farther north, way farther north of here, and it was negative 50 where they were. It was just last winter, and they were changing out the fuel can for their heater. And this is an Arctic survival course. It's about surviving in Alaska. Man,
How to make a fire out of anything? Is it the Taco Bell?
no, that's like
Are you Taco Belling on me right
I'm
now?
Taco Bell and hurting. And so he
Can I say what they were? You're keeping Poi Poi's memory alive because remember he would always be like bloody. He would always eat right before the show.
It's like Rick from Rick and Morty. Yeah.
Rickles.
So anyways, they're putting fuel in their heater, and he got a little bit of fuel. They have special gloves you wear to fuel these things up with. Well, the instructor got some fuel on his hands, put his hands in the gloves. Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went out there to do it, and he put his hands in the gloves and took them out. It was seconds. It was only seconds that he had his hands out before he went back in the tent. And he went back in the tent and he laid down, and he's moving his fingers, and he said it felt like he had a wooden finger. Yep. 2 of his fingers, full frostbite.
Shit,
All
that
the way.
quick.
All the way, man. Just minutes.
Wow. Yeah, no joke. And we're talking wintertime right now, but even in the summer, this state is absolutely brutal to survive in. Mm-hmm. What was that movie about the kid who went to Fairbanks for adventure? He was some rich kid from the States.
You talking about that kid who had the bus?
Yeah, bus up in Fairbanks.
I can't remember his name.
I can't either.
Mr. Idiot? I don't know.
That about sums
He's
it up.
Worship, but he's an idiot.
Yeah, you can read all the books you want, but that's what ultimately killed him because he read a book that said, oh, I can eat this plant. Oh, wait. He didn't read further into the book where it said this plant looks exactly like this plant, and it shuts down your fucking digestive system. So
he died in a bus.
Yeah, I've been out there.
You went to the bus?
No, not to the bus.
Oh.
No. Out in the out in the shit where you're
in the
just
bush.
in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
You got your shelters and everything like that, but you're in the middle of
You
fucking
will quickly
nowhere.
realize how alone you are.
Oh God, dude. You're like, I look left, I see nothing. I look right. Man, that's a lot of nothing over there too.
Oh shit, it's a moose. It's gonna kill me.
Right, there's a moose. Is that a bear? Oh fuck.
We had 2 moose in our backyard yesterday, and they just hanging out. And I opened my window, and she looked right at me, and we had that link where it was like, "You can kill me at any minute that you feel like." Okay.
Like you both were saying that to each other.
No, she could. She knew.
Oh wait, you were inside.
I mean, I had a lot of guns in my house, but if she wanted to, if I was outside,
Oh, she'd stomp you.
too easy.
Just make a little jelly plate out of your
too
brains.
easy. Not even a big deal.
I think, and I know we've mentioned it before on here, that I think I'm more afraid of moose than I am bears, because moose.
You should be.
Them
Yeah.
motherfuckers are sketchy.
The mamas.
Yeah, especially the mom.
The mamas.
Because you never know. You're just gonna walk along and be like, "Oh, look at the moose," and it's and the stupid noses. I hate moose noses. I hate them and love them because they're cute, but they're like,
It's like a camel and a horse.
Somebody's gonna strike me down someday. You look like the Downsy deer of the whole. You know what I mean? With your stupid fucking snuffleupagus nose.
See how many followers we just lost.
Right, I know. We went from 531 to 5. I'm surprised that hasn't happened already since the video we released last week. People still care. That's great.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
Think so?
I think 500 is the plateau for all pages and programs. I think 500 is a plateau period.
Unless you're willing to pay for more likes.
Yeah. You start like pushing it out. So, like my page that I had, I hit 500 and it was like
Desensitized Americans.
Yeah, I just like stopped, and I don't really mess around with it that much.
Oh, you don't?
I get reported all the time, so I don't.
Well, what do you put? I was getting emails because I'm an admin on that page, and I would get emails or whatever. And I'm like, Jordan, not again. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, what did you do now?
Like on my Facebook
but I never saw what they were filtering or
some of them had nudity in them, which I knew I was going to get reported for. That's fine. I don't care. And
so if you know it's going to get reported, you can't be mad.
Yeah. I never get mad about it. It's Facebook's platform. I can't get mad. I mean, but then there's other ones where like I got reported for the one where you've seen Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 the song where they're in the elevator and he's like, "Can he drive? Can he drive?" That whole skit right there.
Yeah.
And then it's the Charlottesville Challenger plowing through the crowd of people during the song. Yeah. I mean, I got like mad about that one, and I was like, all right.
Okay, that I can see. I guess kind of.
Yeah. It's a little sensitive, but like, it's supposed to be desensitized Americans,
right?
Like, you know.
Like if you go to that page, I mean, the title says it all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how the button works where you pick, hey, this video is vulgar. This is a violent video, gore, warning. Mm-hmm. Facebook does it automatically. You can't apply them to your own video,
right?
So.
Like YouTube, you can go on there and you can say this is for mature mature audiences only and shit like that.
Yeah, no nips though. Can't do any nips. No nips allowed on YouTube or Facebook. Or
that's not.
Am I wrong?
You are kind of, because I for some reason saw this video and it was top 10 most famous wardrobe malfunctions in sports
on YouTube.
On YouTube, and some guy, he sounded like he was German. And I can't remember the page, but yeah, he is showing. Like, I think there was Venus Williams.
Yeah,
there was actually no like nudity, but she was wearing.
Thank God. She's more of a man, isn't she?
She was wearing this suit that looked like lingerie for a tennis bout, like match, whatever they call them. And underneath, she was wearing like tights, but they were flesh colored, and they almost exactly matched her flesh. So whenever she would hit the tennis ball, her shit would fly up, and it looked like her just ass was hanging out there for everybody to see. There was a swimmer or a diver. She dives, and then she goes into the waiting area, which is like a little pool or a hot tub or whatever. She goes over there, and she's adjusting her swimsuit, and she pulls it out, and they're like, whoop.
On YouTube, though, maybe
I think there were 2 or 3 more. Yeah, they showed.
It might have been a matter of time before he got flagged, though. Because you can make it on, but it really depends.
I'll look it up. Nah, maybe.
I hope.
No, I don't want to put any links to any.
I hope
crap
you're allowed to
nipples
put it on YouTube. That's nice.
I mean, nip slip for all the YouTube viewers. There you go. Wardrobe malfunction.
We'll find out soon.
My Deadpool shirt just flew off of me. So you brought up the hurricane and you know how that was in a sense that we do want to send our condolences out there, and believe us, you're in our thoughts and our prayers, because that's some harsh shit. Mm-hmm. My wife actually recently told me she wanted to move to Texas. Recently, like a month ago, maybe. And I was like, okay, well, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Her mom's down there. Her dad actually lives in Texas. I was like, yeah, that could be cool. Be closer to your family. Actually get to drive around to see some cool shit. Well, then the hurricane hit. We're like, holy crap, this is insane that this is happening. And I asked her, I was like, that part of Texas that you wanted to move to, is it affected by this hurricane right now? And she said, yeah, we're not moving to Texas.
Oh, wow.
She said that. She was like, okay, she changed her mind. I was like, all right, because she wants to live somewhere that she can get to a beach easily.
Yeah.
Either on the beach or nearby. And yeah, she said that the place that she had picked out and she thought was great. She was even looking up houses there just to see what
Texas
things were
is
like.
probably the most similar to Alaska than any other state.
Probably.
Yeah.
And yeah, so when she said
as far as
that,
community goes,
I was like, maybe we won't move there, because I've thought also that I would like to live near a beach community. And of course, if you're going to live by the water, you're going to have issues like that. You're going to have
people are doing work though. Like, there's so many people going in there to help. Like,
it is amazing. Yeah,
they're doing good work down there.
People are stepping up.
There's the streets are filled with boats of just people that are just going down there to help pull people out of the water.
I saw a video on YouTube or Facebook, maybe. I think it was Facebook. And there was just a car in the left lane, and they're driving and they're videoing, and it's just a line, like an endless line,
crazy. It never
waiting
stops.
to get off at some exit. Yeah, it's like, holy shit! Just trucks, boat, truck, boat, truck, boat, truck, boat. It was amazing, and I think that's fantastic.
I don't know. They're like,
if I was down there, I would be helping.
sure, they freaked out on.
Maybe I should fly down there. You want to fly to Texas?
Oh Lord,
We've got a long weekend.
we can go. Just fly down there and help out. Jump in the water, helps people out.
That's right.
Did you see the video of the people drinking on the boat?
If I could afford that shit, I would absolutely do it.
Did you see the survivors drinking vodka on the boat?
No.
That is so funny. They were,
Wouldn't you?
yeah, oh yeah. There was
I survived this shit. I'm having some vodka.
There was a news. There was like a news station from down there that was like, oh, look at these survivors. They're trying to stay hydrated, and they were in this boat like a
They're trying to stay hydrated.
It was a fishing boat, and they're like sitting there with this huge bottle, and the news anchor was briefing it, or maybe the journalist, and they were like pouring vodka into the cap and taking shots on the boat in front of the cameras, just kind of like hanging out. And they were like, oh, look at these people, they're having to share water out of the cap of this bottle,
like all sad.
and
for
everyone
them.
and like they like switch cameras.
They need bigger cups.
And this guy is like, that's not water, that's vodka. They're getting drunk. And she's like, never mind.
They're celebrating. They just survived like a hurricane and some floods and stuff. What? Sorry, we got some behind the camera interruptions. Passing out beers.
But yeah, and then they
you should get some vodka and we'll take shots out of the lid.
Yeah.
Actually, hell, you know what?
For Texas.
I'm gonna do this for Texas. I'm gonna take a shot. It's not vodka. It's Irish whiskey because I'm Irish. I'm gonna take a little shot out of my.
Thank God I'm not Irish.
Out of my lid. You want a shot out of the lid?
I'm just kidding.
Okay. Here we go. Shot out of the lid. Oh, the listeners are so excited by that.
Yeah.
They're just visualizing a lid. They're like, I don't even know what's happening.
What was the other video? It was they've been making fun of Melania Trump. They're like ragging on her.
Who has?
Take a wild guess on who.
Okay.
So the left, I would imagine, is doing it. I don't imagine it. I know they are. But they
no imagining there, yeah.
Yeah, but they're ragging on Melania Trump because whenever Trump flew down to talk and like, I don't want to say help out, but I mean, I don't
give
know.
support at least,
When they went down to support Texas, Melania was wearing high heels when she got on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
And like the left like exploded. Like, oh, how are you going to help whenever you're wearing high heels and those people are barely surviving and all this? And like her Melania's the person that works for her, who's like her press person, was like openly like fired back immediately. She was like, are you guys serious? She was wearing tennis shoes the whole time she was down there. She may have left in high heels, but she had an extra pair of shoes, guys. Like, you guys gotta stop stretching to find something to like scream about, dude. Like,
right. Like,
come on, man. Like, if Trump didn't like salute the Marine getting on the aircraft, that's a big deal to us. We don't like that.
That's
let's fix that.
And that's bullshit.
That's not what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a pair of shoes, guys. That
and you can't tell me. I guarantee you that a vast majority of the people that were complaining and being all social justice-y, warrior-y, and all that, how many fucking pairs of shoes do you have? How many pairs of shoes do you wear during a day?
Yeah.
Some people only wear one.
Not to mention they probably weren't.
I wear two. I wear my tennis shoes.
They probably weren't down there helping either in Texas.
Well, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, but still, you'd fucking...
Like the people that complained about it,
break.
they weren't down there volunteering or helping or anything like that.
I swear, it is absolutely insane right now, the way the world, this country at least, how every fucking thing just gets micro picked at. Like, what the fuck? You have nothing better to do?
The right is not really. Well, some of the people on the right aren't innocent either, though. They were like complaining about
nobody's innocent.
They're making fun of Obama because he didn't go help down with the other hurricane, and it was like he wasn't even like president whenever the hurricane happened. So it was like.
So they're bringing shit up from
way more. I was like, dude,
I swear to God,
gosh, just stop arguing over dumb stuff.
Politics is literally an elementary school fucking playground.
Yeah, with the stupidest from both sides.
Yeah, and it's exactly. It's not just the left.
It's
the
right
left is extreme. They got some. There's some fucked up shit going on with the left and how they're trying to fix things with all their fucking. Anyway, but no one from the right has any room to talk either, I don't think.
No one does.
Especially in politics. They're all just, oh, hey, I'll do this for you on this side of their mouth. And on this side of their mouth, they're like, oh, God. So, fuck all you motherfuckers. But to go back, like, Tommy, remember that time in 6th grade when I kicked you in the nuts and you cried in front of Molly? You're married to Molly.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you know what I mean? Like,
they're all worried about winning an argument.
Up.
They're all worried about winning an argument on Facebook. It's like, not even worth it. Like, I don't even know why you do it. Just go on Fox News.
I've
done it before.
I even avoid Fox News.
You go on, take Fox News, right? This is like their Facebook platform. Take their platform and then take like CNN or MSNBC is a huge one. So MSNBC and Fox, and then like put the comments side by side. On the MSNBC one, it's everybody, like all the super retards from the right complaining. And then the Fox one, it's all the super retards from the left complaining. Because all the people from the left hate Fox, and all the people from the right hate MSNBC.
Okay.
And like what they don't realize is like both of those news companies are equally as retarded as the next one. So I don't know why you are defending or
right. So technically, it doesn't even matter what you're saying. Right
it doesn't matter. Like, it's not a secret that like all the media is, it is controlled by the government. It's like documented. It's like part of like the rules. Like they can only put.
Well, yeah, the FCC, Federal Communications Commission, but and I don't know. I can't stand. I don't even watch news anymore because maybe the local news. I'll watch like a snippet or two of that just to see what's going on in my area. But when it comes to like the news networks, are you fucking serious? Why do you keep saying the same fucking thing over and over again? Every 15 fucking minutes. I don't care. Get the story out. This is happening. Give me an update. Yeah. News at 11. That's how it used to be. News at 5 or 6, and you're like,
what's the only one I really like is they're nowhere near as big. It's like it's American News One or American News Network or maybe Freedom News Network. They're like, there's no. Where like the big MSNBC and Fox, they all have like a program where it's literally one person that is an anchor and it's their thoughts on something that's happening.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why anyone cares about because.
Why would I care about your one?
You're a news anchor?
Yeah.
You were like Miss.
It's like watching the VMAs and they get up to accept their award and they're like, oh, we just wanted to.
Like one of the big ones was,
hey, look at this golden thing. I want it and you ain't got one. Yeah. Ha, sit the fuck down.
One of the big ones was some lady. She was like Miss America back in like 98. And now she's a news anchor. And she's like, oh, here's my final thoughts. And it's like, no one cares about what Miss America from 98 has to say about this.
What's actually sad about that is that there are people that do.
Oh, God.
Like if you... Can't you have a thought of your own? Can't you, can't you form thoughts and opinions on your own?
They literally can't.
With your own merit.
They're paid to not do it.
You got to sit there and listen to this person yammer on about shit you probably don't even care about.
The America One or American News, I can't remember what it's called. They are good. There's no opinions. It's literally just like, here's the facts. This is what we got. There you go.
Well, that's what journalism used to be.
It's good.
It used to be. It didn't used to be a platform for bashing a political party. Like, that is exactly, our news networks are broken up.
Yeah.
Almost like our political system. You got your independents. You got your Democrat lefts. It's news, you fuckers. You're supposed to be giving us the truth so that we as the populace know what the hell's going on. But no, it's, well, this is a and I think that her shoes were hideous. Well, who gives a fuck what you think about her shoes? What did she do? Did she do anything bad? Did she do anything good? God damn it.
It's all good.
God damn it.
Maybe they'll stop one day.
Just makes me angry, man.
Nuclear winter will come soon enough. And
fun. Oh, that's why you're PCS and you fucker, because we're closer to North Korea.
No, I wish.
He's like, I'm out of here. Boom.
If they like, I'm telling you, I've told people at my work, I told like my bosses, like if North Korea like does what they say they want to do, which I don't think is going to happen. If they do, and we go to war with North Korea, I am walking away from recruiting and I'm going right over there.
I got a question. That. Would they like, depending on how it goes, because you know it's going to be
huge.
It's going to be huge. Would they lift their restrictions on the able-bodied, I guess? I don't know how else to put it, because I have multiple sclerosis. They won't take me. My wife tried to join the Air Force when she was younger, and they wouldn't take her because she had lupus.
It all depends.
Would they change that? I know there's an age.
Yeah. It depends on the severity of it. We know that, like, if you look at the past, this is what we judge all things off of. With the draft. Okay, so let's say we don't have a draft, but we still need a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some restrictions will be lifted, and maybe they won't even be lifted. Maybe some people will just squeak through. There are people that have gotten kicked out of the Army nowadays because back in, like, just right after 9/11, they joined just after post 9/11. They were putting all these people in the military, and like there were guys. I know a guy personally that he had diabetes. You cannot have diabetes.
That's one of the restrictions.
That's like one of the big ones. Like, I'm sorry, but if you have to go to an austere environment, you can't have diabetes, dude. Like, what if we can't get your insulin to you? And you can't do that. So, but no one cared then. So they were like, yeah, just kind of like push him through. So they pushed him through. Not even a waiver. Just like, don't even tell anybody.
Just
right. Roll them dice.
And this guy a uniform. Push.
Right. And so then he got busted because he was getting delivered insulin from India.
Okay.
While we were on deployment. And they found out. And they were like, no, that's not how this works. You can't be in the Army. That's not that
really?
Geico commercial.
Oh, come on.
That's not how any of this works. So yeah, they kicked him out.
So I guess you brought up something for me. It's been big in the news, and I don't profess to know the whole story, but it does bring up a question for me, that you have this whole transgender thing. If you want to give your opinion on it, that's totally up to you. That Trump, a while back, I don't even know if it's been finalized or whatever, but he wanted to ban transgenders from serving in the Army, blah, 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 or the military. So my question, I guess, is even for people that aren't wanting to go transgender, that are just like wanting augmentations. I hear there's you can have one cosmetic surgery or something. Okay. Well, this is kind of one of the things going around. But if someone is in the military and before they join or shortly after they join, they decide that they want to identify as the other sex, and the military is willing to pay for those treatments and those therapies,
right?
Why wouldn't they take someone like me, for example? I have MS. I take 2 pills a day. Mm-hmm. How come I mean, that just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I am willing to go over there and fight and do what I have to do, but they won't let me because I have a disease which is manageable.
That's one of
until it isn't manageable. I mean, MS is MS. It's going to manifest. It can knock me out tomorrow for all I know. But until it does, how can you judge what I could possibly do for you?
That's one of the
we'll pay for all of these other procedures. And I didn't mean to single out transgender, but I've heard from other military people, like, you can get your boobs done. Actually, there is.
You can.
Yeah. So there. I mean,
there's
and it'll get paid for it.
There's ways So how it used to be with boob jobs, I don't know if it is now. That's just that problem. So it's something aesthetic, right? Mm-hmm. Boob jobs, something that is attraction.
That's completely
based
cosmetic. I just want bigger boobs.
Sorry, cosmetic. That was a surgery I know that was done in the past because say you were seeking counseling with your spouse. I'm not physically attracted to my spouse anymore. We're having problems. The military wants to save your marriage. They want you to be mentally fit, right?
Mentally, yeah. Well,
so they want you to have a healthy relationship. So maybe we have this system to have you approved. So maybe we can fix that and maybe make you sexually attracted to your spouse. That was a long time. That was years ago that happened. I don't know if you can still, but I know that people got boob jobs then. Now, you cannot walk in and get any cosmetic surgery. You cannot.
You can't.
You cannot do that. You can't just walk in and be like, hey, I really need this because I'm really depressed. I need some bigger boobs. That's not going to happen.
Well,
ever.
I guess I can kind of see that argument. Say you're in the military, so your wife's still a civilian. Well, she's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if it were reversed, if your wife was in the military and she's out there just busting her ass and getting fit so she can go fight and do all these things, I guess I could kind of see that. Like,
now, it happened in the past, and I'm pretty sure you can't do it now. I think even then they closed all that whole system of programs. And these aren't some things that, people sit down and they think about it and they like sign it. This is something that happens over time. Like it just it manifests itself all of a sudden. Hey, why are we giving boob jobs? What the hell happened? So like, how did we get to this point?
Yeah.
But the transgender thing, they just take like your disease, right? Mm-hmm. Now, with the transgender stuff, it's banned. You can't do it. I don't know if it's been signed yet, but it's getting signed. I don't know.
Well, this was just recently, though.
Very recent. Okay. And everybody's happy about it. We all love it because not whether we hate transgenders or even if you do or you don't, we don't even care. It's a distraction. Point simple.
So basically,
it's a distraction.
Basically, everything I've read, there's of course there's always two sides to a story. Yeah. There is you're a hateful, worthless piece of shit. And then I've also heard that, yes, it can be a distraction.
It is.
So coming from a soldier, that would be a distraction to you?
No, it's a distraction for the military as a whole.
As a whole. Okay. Yeah, not just for you personally, but just as a whole.
Not because I'm like distracted by transgender people, which I probably would be. But as for the military, it's a distraction. We don't need it. All it does is distract everybody from what our job is. Mm-hmm. Who cares? And everybody that says, oh, we're supposed to represent the population. Yeah, they're right. We are. Mm-hmm. But what we don't care about is your feelings. We don't care about your feelings. Like we're not here to be that little like guinea pig. That's not why we're here. We're literally here to fight win America's wars and defend the country. We're not here to be everyone's little guinea pig and like, hey,
guinea pig equality. Or to cater to your. Yeah. I mean, there's emotions.
People say the military hasn't done anything for any of like the. Not special community, but smaller minority communities that we have. Like there are many, many, many homosexual people in the Army now, openly now, because we changed it. It was like, hey, we don't care if you're gay. Everybody cool? Okay, we're cool. Mm-hmm. It went like that. There was no kickback. There was no nothing. It was just like, hey, I mean, maybe some generals squabbled, but who cares about them? Because they're not the military as a whole. Right. We are. And so they're like,
did you guys get to vote at all? Is there any like polls or votes or anything within the military, or is it just it all comes from high command?
For decisions for the military?
Yeah, I mean,
yes. They've
got to want to know what
take opinions for
the guy in the field is going to feel like.
You get surveys all the time, like in like your secure email. It's like, hey, what do you think about this? Look at this. I'm taking this kind of poll. We want to see what everybody's thinking. It's not just on sexual orientation and all that. It's like on everything, like uniforms.
So basically, I can say this with a little bit of confidence. It's not 4-5 dudes sitting in a room and then one day they just go, let's do this because I don't think it's working. It's actually
that probably happens too.
That probably does. But as far as the health and well-being of the military force itself, I mean, I think that they would be like, hey, let's sample out and see how people feel about.
They definitely sense the pulse of the military somewhat well. I mean, they do a pretty good job. I mean, I can't speak for the other branches. I can only speak for the Army. I mean, we're the biggest, but I don't know. Like, they talk to soldiers about things all the time. Like the Sergeant Major of the Army daily, he's awesome dude. He's amazing. Probably the best Sergeant Major of the Army we've ever had. He's really, really good. And there's like simple things like you would probably be shocked at how dumb some of the rules are in the military. I remember they're pretty ridiculous. But I mean, there's ways that they're changing through like more towards common sense, which the running joke is the Army doesn't have common sense because we can't afford it. But like
military intelligence, words that can't make sense. Megadeth.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just little stuff, man. But like the transgender thing, it's a total distraction from the military force as a whole. We should not be sitting here worried about someone's feelings on their sexual orientation and what parts that they have. Who cares? We do not care.
In a big part of war, I assume. I've never been in any kind of shit at all. But at some point, your feelings have to shut off. You can't.
I mean,
right? I
mean,
you
afford
can't.
It. Like we can't. And it's a bunch of money. It's so much money. Like it's like, why are we putting money towards that? Like we put money towards the dumbest stuff already. Like I don't know if you know this, but the Air Force gets tons of money because they have to. They fly. That is super expensive, obviously.
Right.
And
but we're constantly, not we as in Jordan and I, but constantly spending money on new fighter technology, for example.
The military is always, military is constantly, especially nowadays, oh my gosh, since I've been in, I've only been in for 8 years, but like you should see the differences. It's crazy how much they are managing their money now. It is nuts. I mean, right before when I joined, I was still kind of in that stage of the Army where they were like, hey, yeah, here's this and this and this. It wasn't like unlimited funding or anything. It wasn't like that, but it was like,
make sure you had what you need, though.
We had a lot of stuff. Like, we had the best gear. At that time, we had everything we needed. And then the recession hit big time. And they were taking people off of jump statuses so you couldn't jump out of airplanes because it cost money. This and this and this. Take it off. And now, like,
we need you guys trained up, though.
You mess up a little bit and you're paying for it, like, personally, out of your own paycheck. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And we're coming back around to it. You know, Trump's getting us more funding. And it's just crazy because as soon as he got, like, more funding for the military, which we desperately needed to, not necessarily to, not if we didn't get it, we wouldn't win a war. But if you want to stay the best in the world, okay, this is what you need. Yeah. Like, oh, we're going to lose the war against...
Want to continue to be the best in the world.
Like, oh, if we went to war with Botswana, we would lose. No, it ain't that big of a deal. But, like, you want to stay the best in the world? This is what we need. Like, if that's a priority for the American public, this is what we need. Like, and I think it is. Like, I would hope that
it's either that or you need to start reenacting militias.
Yeah, I mean,
some shit's gonna go down.
And people can take comfort in stuff. They're like the National Guard, for instance, people who protect you at home. They have great funding. They do. They're funded. They're good to go. They're not like hurting at all times for anything. They have better gear than us sometimes.
Is it because of the expense of getting all of that gear overseas? Then I mean that's obviously you
mean the difference between National Guard and active.
Well, National Guard and then actual people that
their money just comes from different places. Their money comes from their state. It doesn't come from.
That's right. Yeah, we're probably state funded, not all government funded.
I can't even imagine how much money we spend on getting stuff over to the places that we need them.
And then what do you bring it back?
Yeah.
All of it?
What do you like? What
like equipment and vehicles,
like Afghanistan, for instance,
or Iraq?
Yeah. We bring them back. So like that's huge. So one of the big fights that happened with Afghanistan, we were in Afghanistan, and they were not me personally. This was after I'd already gotten back. Whenever the shutdown was happening with Obama, when he finally said, "Hey, draw this shit back a little bit, like a lot, like." Who cares if the Taliban take back those provinces? Who cares? Like, let's start drawing it in. All right? Like, this is ridiculous.
We only went over there to free those provinces, but me.
And we did. But, like, it's not one of those things you can fix. And so they did that, and they I lost my train of thought. So whenever we started pulling all that stuff back out, the Afghan government was like, no. You can't drive your stuff through our border to get it out, because that's how we might do it, is we might go through certain borders to go to a port somewhere, someplace, and then get it out. Yeah. Some of the stuff, right, that we don't fly. And then...
I think we have another guest.
Yeah, we do. Oh, he's gone. Oh, and then... Anyway. So the Afghan government was like, no, you're going to pay us. Like, they pretty much went full Black Lives Matter on the U.S. government. They were like, you're going to pay us reparations. That's what they told us. They told the American government, you're going to pay us reparations for the damages that you've done this country.
Sweet. What's your price of freedom?
Bitch, we built everything you have, you little shitheads. We built all of it. We funded it. We did everything for you guys.
So it's like, okay, it costs you this much to get in, but it costs you, it's like hotel Pakistan. Bring your shit in, but it can't ever leave. Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, and so they...
How much is your soul worth?
The military was like, "Oh, that's really cute," and they flew in a bunch of C-5 super planes, and we flew all of it out. They were like, "Oh, that's cute. Oh, you gotta come on here and stop us from taking off." I don't think so.
You're so adorable with your infancy.
But yeah, we spent a lot of money, man.
Oh yeah, this all the wars that we have going on. Are they still wars? We're still having wars.
They're not war. They're operations.
Operations. They're skirmishes. Can we say skirmish?
They're still going on. I mean, they all the time. There's always people fighting. Even now, we wouldn't think after the drawback happened, a lot of people, thought, oh, well, it must be over. Well, it got worse for the guys that were over there, because you drew out of these places and then.
You're gone, and now it just floods back in. It's like you can't hold back a tide.
It's kind of
you can only do so much,
and it's never. You can't say, oh, well, we just need to get up there all at one time, or we need to either get up all at one time or stay there. You can't say that because only a Sith deals in absolutes. We know that. You can't
Absolutely.
Be like that, right? You can't do that.
No. Should have worn my Sith shirt.
That's where it's to do things, like it's definitely above my intelligence level. I mean, I don't know the entire climate of every single province over there. I don't, who's going to make that call?
How could you? I mean, there's so much infighting everywhere.
Oh, it's crazy. The warlords over there.
So what if, and this is hypothetical, but I'm going to posit it anyway. What if you just let them?
That's how I feel.
You know what I mean?
I hate it too.
I understand that we, as a beacon of freedom, we want to do all these things for these people and these countries and everything. But at the same time, what if you just let it?
Yeah, a lot of people thought
just let the cycles work the cycles.
People to this day, I thought that the climate would change how America thought about it, but it actually got worse. So we first went over there, right? And the American climate on it was, okay, guys, let's fucking band together. Let's be one as a nation, and then let's go crush these shitheads that did all this bad stuff. Well, then we got over there, and it's like, okay, well, let's help these people too. And everybody was behind that. And I think everybody forgot why we were over there because people thought, oh, we're only there because of 9/11. How do you still believe that? Like, how is that even in your mind anymore?
At some point, yeah, you're like, wait, we're not here just because they...
Like, I don't know how you still think that. But so and all these people that needed our help, we did help them. We are helping them still to this day. We're doing it. We've saved countless lives. I mean, countless. I mean, yeah, people get hurt in the process. I mean, that happens. But, we have saved countless lives over there. And people to this day think that we're still over there on an extermination mission, which we're not.
What are you exterminating?
The Taliban.
Well,
people think we're trying to exterminate the entire Taliban. And it's like, okay, that's true in a sense, but, that's not the entire reason we're over there. We're over there to help people. That's what we literally have jobs and missions where your whole job as a soldier is to sense how the population of these villages are doing. Like, how are they doing? Like, literally, what is their well-being? That's what the army is doing. It's like, how is your well-being? Is it good? Okay. And you're not going to go over there and give up a bunch of handouts because that's not how you build a good community. Because
the more you hand out, the more
you'll assist them in certain ways, like institutionally, but you won't. We're not just going to be throwing cash, right? That's not how you create good climates.
But as the soldier on the ground, you're not throwing cash. Cash is being thrown. But yeah, I understand what you're saying.
But and then people were like, man, all this soldiers, a bunch of freaking baby killers and all this stuff, and it's like, dude, whatever, man. Like, believe what you want, dude.
You ever killed a baby?
No.
Okay.
Actually,
my poll of 1, I have 100% clarity that there's no baby killing.
It's actually, I got a funny story, not like a good old Pappy war story or anything, but it's funny because there was this kid.
There's no foxholes involved, are there?
No.
Ah, damn it.
There was this. I was in the turret of my truck and we were driving through. We were looking for some homemade explosives in this village. They weren't there. Funny story is imagery, like drone imagery. When you take the imagery, when you take certain the infrareds and stuff, HME or homemade explosives turns up the same exact color on the imagery as does human urine. It's just you can't do anything about it. You can't fix it. There's no way to stop it. It's one of those things that happens. And so if a bunch of people are pissed in the same spot, it looks like HME.
It just
there's nothing you could do.
Well, I mean, and how are the bathroom situations over there? I'm pretty sure that everyone's kind of peeing in the same spot.
A lot of times. And down south where we were. And so we go to check it out.
Unless you come to my house, then there's going to be man-made what did you call them?
Do not put a UV light in here.
Pee spots all over the place.
It's not pee.
It doesn't touch semen, right?
I don't know. So we're not rolling in here like guns blazing, shooting down walls, looking for it or anything. We're rolling
kicking doors in. Are you asleep, bam?
It's a patrol, right? So we go through and we look at it and we're like, and that's piss. Awesome. Thank you, military intelligence, you assholes.
Two words combined can't make sense.
And so we get done with that and we're leaving.
Negative.
And we're like pulling out kind of slow. We're in between all these houses. And there's this little boy walking with this huge bundle of sticks. I mean, it's huge. He's like breaking his back. He's probably 7 years old.
Tougher than any 7-year-old American right there.
Yeah. And his mom is in full veil, you know, very down south. It's very traditional.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't even have like the openings. They have like holes poked that they can see through.
Oh, like
it's a screen.
yeah. Yep.
So, and you can just tell she is a bitch. I mean, she is, dude. She was treating that. She was just being an asshole to her kid, and he could have deserved it. Who knows? Who am I to judge? But like, it pissed me off because she's like treating this kid like, it looks like she's treating him like shit. It honestly looked to me like that, and I can pick up on. You can pick up on that kind of thing.
Well, you figure, you know, the men treat the women like shit over there all the time.
The women
I'm assuming just from what I've read and seen.
The women are all innocent by any means. I mean, so
they're like, oh, you're a little boy. Your dad did this to me earlier. Oh, fuck you, little kid. Fuck you, Sharif.
I don't know where he got these sticks because this is the desert, and I don't know where he got them. I know
They have tumbleweeds there. Maybe he was breaking up tumbleweeds or something.
No, these are like big sticks. Like I don't know where he got them from. There's no trees. Like, there ain't shit. All right, it is the desert down there. It's what you think about whenever they say it. So
terrible.
He probably got them from some guy selling them that brought them from Pakistan, whatever. So he had his sticks. He's walking them to their hut or whatever. And his mom and him argue real quick. Or she like slaps him. And I'm like, come on, dude. Like, I watched this happen for like 10 minutes when he's walking past us. She kind of looks up at me, you know, what the hell her facial expression was. I will never know because you can't see it. Yeah, who knows?
That's kind of messed up too. You don't know.
You can tell she wasn't a fan.
Maybe that's why they do it. Can you imagine if it was here and you just like burst into the house after work? You're like, fuck this pigsty. Where's my dinner? God damn it. What the fuck's going on? And she's looking at you through this thing and you say, oh, look at her.
Well, inside they'll have them off.
You're like, oh, look at her smiling eyes. But underneath that thing, she's fuming like, that's all I can take not to murder you. We're like, yeah.
So
maybe that's why.
She hit him and he's kind of like scowling at her. She's kind of looking at him. She like shoots me a look. What the hell she wanted, I have no idea. And like walks by.
Just aim your gun at her.
He's like walking, man, and he like kind of stops and like looks at me, like this is bullshit.
Take me with you.
You know,
put me in the Humvee.
And so we had a bunch of water with us. We had a bunch for that day for some reason, for no reason. So I pulled off an entire case of water and I gave it to him. Which
did you put it on top of his bundle of sticks that he was already struggling?
And like they don't need as much water as we do. It's like if you give a child a bottle of water over there, a lot of times they will pour it out and then play with the bottle, just because they don't need it, right? They haven't been living off bottled water. Yeah,
they're conditioned.
They've evolved completely differently.
Yeah.
So, but he can use it. Like if he needs to take it to his house, that's something different.
Yeah, for cooking or whatever. Yeah.
So I give him this thing of water, and I kind of like grin at them, and I'm like giving them that look. It's like you can't understand each other. And I'm kind of like, yeah, fuck her, dude. You know.
Did he understand that?
I think he did because he got his sticks and he threw them on the ground. He picked up all the water, gave me like the quick piece, and like ran. And I was like, yeah, mom, fuck you. And she turned around and kind of like looked at me, and I was like, I mean, she ain't do shit to me, right?
Right. I'm like, I've got this whole turret
I'm like 12
thing.
foot high in a turret. And she's just like,
what are you gonna do? Climb up here and spit on me?
I was like, yep, I just prevented one more Taliban right there.
So I think it's funny that kids, if you like, I'm a child at heart, and I can relate to kids, and I think honestly that most adults are stupid because they get into this like you start caring about the world thing, and then I think your whole view gets skewed. Like if this world was still just about imagination and how you would like things to be, I think it would work. But when you get older, it's I want it to be. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So I can see, because I know you. I don't know you. We're not like besties, but I know you. But yeah. I can see you looking at that kid like inside. You're like 5 again, all shit. And then at me, I'm thinking the whole time you're telling the story, I'm like, oh, me at 5 years old, I was like, man, shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So why can't we just keep looking at things like a child would look at things? With, I guess, I don't know. I don't want to say hope and be all inspirational or anything, but you know, imagination and just.
That's why
things could be so much better. That's what you think. But when you get older, you're like, fucking things will never get better. It just sucks. Mm-hmm. So the fact that you had that connection with that kid
dude.
from a totally different country and you couldn't speak each other's language, you didn't even say a word.
It goes different ways too. I mean, some of those kids are born and bred future Taliban. I mean, it's okay. I think it's okay.
Well, I mean, like, if you're raised that way, that's how
they
you're
are
raised, right?
like. I had a personal relationship with one kid where we just threw rocks at each other every time we saw each other. Every time me and him saw each other, we threw rocks at each other. He started that shit, all right? I'm not gonna take it.
He started that shit.
He hit me in the head with one of them, a big rock, too. He's got an arm like Derek Jeter.
Wow.
He's like the leader of the rock throwing kids, right? He's the warlord of the children.
And every time he saw you.
Yeah. Oh, he
What,
knew.
you have like one little, I know you're wearing a helmet.
Oh, no, I'll take it off.
One,
I'll take it off.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Let him know. Boom.
Yeah,
Red's here.
So he knows it's me. And like he hit me in the head with a rock one day, and I had a slingshot, and I went to fire one back at him. I was like, man, you're going to get it today, kid. And I even called him Derek. It's not his name.
You just named him Derek.
I named him Derek. And I don't know his name. And
like some high school kid you hate, you just name one of the kids that.
His dad never let him get too close to us. His dad, ran like a vegetable cart. Maybe he could have been Taliban. Who the hell knows? And that kid, dude, he like hit the head. So I went to fire one back. So my left our slingshot in the turret during the rainy season. It dry rotted and it snapped and hit me in the face.
Oh,
snap!
Instant fucking karma.
And I was mad as hell. So I got the biggest rock that I had, and I hit him directly in the chest with it. And I thought I'd hurt him. And he hit the ground, dude. He popped back up so fast. He was like, oh, okay.
My mom hits harder than you, bitch.
That's exactly what I'm like. God, I hate you so much. And like every time he would walk by, and I don't know where he learned this. He probably learned it from some other soldiers, or maybe even his parents, because it's kind of international. But he would like walk by when I was on guard when we weren't driving around, and he'd be like, "Fuck you!"
Just give you the finger.
Yeah, dude. He'd like, give me the finger, and I'm like, "You're gonna be the best Taliban soldier in the world one day. I hope you know that."
I hear you. Americans like worshiping birds. Boom.
Oh man.
Oh well, hey man, this has been fun, and please come on again before you leave. Yeah. At least like every week.
Yeah, okay. I'll do it
if you can. I mean, it's gonna be crazy here. Still trying to figure out what we're doing. So with that said, thank you, Jordan. One more shout out to AFC. Alaska Fighting Championship, their first event of the season, September 20th, Alaska Airlines Center.
Go there.
Go there. It's going to be amazing. I am so excited to see the setup, because have you been to the Alaska Airlines Center? So you go in there, and it's way more, I think, viewer friendly. It really is. Like Sullivan Arena is a great arena, but it's old. It's a little outdated. This new one, the seats have such an angle that it's still comfortable to be there, and you feel closer to the action. Lot more tables down there.
Where is it?
Just a lot more room. It is actually on. It's over by Providence Hospital, which is off of UAA Drive and 36th. I don't know the exact road that it might be Airlines Center Road. Google it,
and go.
But yeah, it's going to be an amazing show. Call in Reuter versus Carlton Minus. That's the main event. Hopefully, we'll have her on in the next week or two. And a shout out to Capo's Beard Oil, caposbeardoil.com. Check him out. He's got fantastic products. He's got beard oils, balms, whatever you need to take care of your facial features. I'm just going to leave it at that. And as I'm sitting here with someone with no facial hair at all, and I use it for my wispy, tiny little goatee. So,
but we're going to get drunk and play some guitar.
We are going to get drunk, play some guitar. Maybe record some footage, and we'll load that shit up.
We'll do it.
Thank you. Breakface, episode 51. Jordan?
Share it.
Boom, you're the man. Oh yeah, subscribe, share. We need to get out there.
Just share it.
We love you.
Share
guys,
it everywhere,
and we'd love to love your friends.
Get the word out.
And your friends' friends, and your friends' mom,
and your mom's friends.
Does she have a sister?
Oh, my face.